see if you can see anybody, because occasionally you hear the twigs snapping behind you. Little noises you hear. All you keep feeling is a sense someone is watching you. Who's lurking by the trees? Who's lurking around the streets, in those dark alleyways? No one to be seen. No houses around now for another 2 streets. But you carry on walking. If anything was to happen, who would hear you scream? Your heart is racing slightly there's no answer. You check around the side, but it's too overgrown to get to, so you decide to knock at the door. Knock, knock. The door creaks open. You laugh and say, "Guys, stop that, you had me scared. What brings you all this way?" And there's no answer. You say, "Come on, stop messing around now. My parents don't know I'm here. I walked here alone. Hello, hello," you shout. At this point, you really are considering going back home. Maybe you put the wrong postcode in. Maybe you took the wrong route. But this doesn't seem right. You didn't even know this house existed, and you've lived in the area a long time. You push the door a bit further open, and you shout again, "Hello." Hello. Is anyone here? A mouse runs past your feet, shooting out of the house. You jump because you weren't expecting it. It's just a mouse, you say. You decide to turn back. You know your friends aren't here. As you start walking back down the hill, you're looking at your feet, not paying attention. You've been walking for about a minute, and then you look up and you notice you're no longer walking down the hill. You're walking back up to the house. You stop and think for a moment. Wait. I'm sure I was walking down the hill. I've been to the door. I knocked at the door. The door opened. I turned back. So you turn back around and start walking down the hill. But then you start walking, and again you find yourself tired and realize you're walking back up towards the house. You're feeling a little trapped. You're not sure what's going on. But you figure the house obviously wants me to go in. Maybe I should go in. So you walk up to the door. The door is shut again. wasn't startled. You take a deep breath and you gulp. You're curious but scared. You push the door further open and you step inside the house. You walk through the corridor that's small but with several doors either side, stone floors. Your shoes make a noise as you walk on the stone floors. You try to creep, but the more you try to be quiet, the louder your footsteps get. Hello, you say. Hello. The front door slams behind you. You jump. You go back to the door to try and open it, but it won't open. You're struggling to get the front door open. You say, "Stop messing around now, let me out of here." Where am I? What is this place? Hello? You think there must be another exit. There must be another exit. You walk through the first door on your right. The knob twists, the metal is cold on your hands. The door creaks open and there's a shadow in a chair in the corner. Hello, you say, but there's no response. How can I get out of here? You try again. You try the lights, but no light will come on. You think maybe my mind is playing tricks on me. Maybe there's no one in the corner. So you turn back around to go out of the room. But as you're walking, you find yourself walking closer to the chair instead. You stop. The chair and the figure become more clear. You see a figure with snakes wrapped around a body. He's staring right at you, but not saying a word. The door slams behind you, and you try and run back to the door. All of a sudden, you're in the chair, rocking in the chair. You try to run out the door, but as you do, the figure and the chair are now by the door. You say, "How did you get there?" so fast. Who are you? What do you want? A thud in the next room shakes the entire house. You stand still, not knowing what to do. The figure disappears. You're in a room alone. You try to break the glass of the house. You use the chair, but it will not break. Weird, because it's single pane glass. Why am I here, you say? Why am I here? Another thud from the room opposite shakes the building. You again try and get out the door. This time you were successful. The first door slams behind you. You walk back down the corridor to get to the front door to see if you can now get out of the house. You're successful. You can get out of the house. You feel a sense of relief, and you head towards the gates back home. But this time, the gates are closed. They were just small gates, waist height, but now they were 6 feet tall, covered in ivy. Now you're really confused. Why let me out of the house if I can't get out of the garden? A figure is behind you and you look back. You scream. The figure disappears. You're frantically looking around you. What do you want? I just want to go home. I shouldn't be here. I was invited by my friends. I think I've got the wrong address. Please let me out. Please let me out. You try to climb